Swimming is an activity that burns lots of calories, is easy on the joints, supports your weight, builds muscular strength and endurance, improves cardiovascular fitness, cools you off and refreshes you in the summer, and one you can do safely into old age. Today I would like to describe for you the different strokes and benefits of swimming. I will begin with the technique and ability that the 4 strokes entail, and end with the beneficial factors that they have on your body. Backstroke is similar to freestyle in that you move your arms in a windmill alternating pattern as they rotate and pass your face. And you flutter kick, in which your legs are kicking in alternating order. Your body rolls from side to side so that your arms catch enough water to propel you forward. The thumbs leave the water first. And also, do not lift your head too high or your hips will sink. The backstroke tones your stomach, back, legs, arms, and shoulders. According to generalhealthadvices.com, you burn 35 joules per 10 minutes, a joule being a unit of energy. The breaststroke is a little more difficult and not one to choose if you don't really know how to swim, and if you're barely learning. Your shoulders must be kept in line with the water. Arms and leg movements must be pushed forward together and brought back under the water, and you must finish with a 2-hand touch in competition. The stroke expands the lungs and works the chest, legs, shoulders, and triceps. It also burns 250 joules per 10 minutes. It is also very important that you warm up before attempting this stroke, or you can damage your knees or your back. Do not keep your head out of the water because it is bad for your neck. The butterfly requires perfect timing and a great deal of upper body strength. Performing this stroke is a little more difficult and complicated. Your legs must move together in a dolphin-like motion by bending your knees slightly and keeping them together. Make a downward thrust by straightening your knees and whipping your feet downward. You should have 2 kicks for every arm pull. Your arms and shoulders do not rest. Do the rest of the work. Face your palms outward. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I kept forgetting to cut the pictures up. There's this one. So this is for backstroke. As you can see on the bottom, your windmill, your arms are coming up, so it's in the windmill motion. And your head is back the whole time. And then this is for breaststroke. The breaststroke is a little more difficult. What you do with your legs is it's called a frog kick. So you look like a frog on your stomach, and your arm, you're pulling the water forward in a circle. So you're doing small circles to propel yourself forward. And then this one is for the butterfly. It's like a dolphin. It's a dolphin-like movement. So think of a mermaid. Picture a mermaid with your arms coming up and flying out. So this stroke is one of the more difficult and technical ones. It's more strenuous. It stretches and strengthens the entire body. While doing so, you're burning 625 joules per 10 minutes. Poor technique can damage shoulders and your back, according to generalhealthadvices.blogspot. The freestyle, also known as the front crawl or Australian crawl, is the fastest and easiest stroke of all that does not require as much complicated technique. A simple flutter kick in which your legs are kicking in an alternating pattern and a windmill arm stroke. You must pull each arm through the water with equal strength, or else you will not be swimming straight. The most difficult part about this stroke is the breathing, due to the fact that it's not good if you breathe every stroke, because it will drastically slow you down and you could get a neck injury, or it could damage your shoulders. So you have to learn to breathe on each side. And what most people don't do is breathe on their left side, because it's a lot difficult and they think it slows you down, but it's actually faster because you're turning your head faster. It's more difficult for people that are right-handed, because they think it's awkwardly if you turn to your left. I know I had that problem, until I finally had to learn it that way. Apart from being the fastest stroke, it is an excellent back strengthener. This also tunes your glutes, your abs, and your shoulders. You burn 420 joules per 10 minutes, and the only common problem is the breathing. You have to be able to alternate sides, or you could potentially have shoulder injury. I hope that I was able to give you a better insight on the beneficial factors of swimming and how each stroke has its set of skilled requirements, some that were easy and some that were not.
Alejandra, what did you think?
I liked it. You spoke kind of fast, but your voice was really loud, and then it came kind of low as the speech got on. But your intro was kind of fast, but I did get your thesis of benefits of swimming. I liked how when you talked about the strokes and like how many joules, and then you defined what joules was, so that people would be like, they would understand what you were trying to say about the calories and stuff. You also provided the benefits of each stroke, like the butterfly, the backstroke, and the other stroke. You were reading off the outline, so that's how your voice kind of became lower. And then you did stop to get the pictures, but you told us that you messed up about it, so it would have been like, just walking over there and just already doing it. Your visuals were really good though with the strokes, and we got a visualization of what they look like, and you told us about how to do it and what it provided, like the benefits of your toning our legs and the shoulders, and so I thought it was good. I liked it.
Okay. I like the opening statement. It's got a little bit of suspense in it for the revelation of what the topic is. When you get to the topic, you've got a very clear statement of what your goal is in the presentation, and there's an excellent preview. So structurally, you're setting things up pretty well at the beginning. I do think that you need to be a little bit more engaging at the beginning, though, and give us a little more reason why it is something that we would want to be paying attention to. The different strokes are defined pretty well. This is the problem that I have with the speech, is that it seems like it spends so much time defining what each of the strokes is, and it does it in such a technical way without giving us a context or a justification that it feels a little bit more like it would be almost a training presentation that you'd give to people instead of an introductory set of material here. At one point I'm listening to, the thumbs come out of the water first, you have to have a two-handed touch in competition. I'm going, and this is, of course, while you're describing it, and you didn't even have the visuals going on at the same time. It just sounds like I'm getting a dictionary definition of what's going on here instead of a speech explaining why, what's the advantage of this particular technique? Why do you do this? How much, you did have the stuff about the joules. I think we needed a little bit more definition about what that unit represents. I disagree with the critic on that one. I think you need to have a little bit more explanation. It's not just calories, it sounds like. And it was a little bit odd. Maybe you said the number wrong, and I heard it wrong, but it sounded like on the first one you burn 35 joules in 10 minutes, and everything else was 250, 625, 420. And I'm going, man, that first one sounds like it's the laziest damn swimming that you can possibly do. Is it that much lazier than anything else? And I'd like to know why it is, and that kind of thing. So it just felt a little bit strange as I'm listening to that. And like I said, I'm getting technical explanations instead of something that I think would be appropriate for an audience that's unfamiliar with these things. And I think that's where you wanted to start a little bit. I think you need to start maybe a step lower. kind of introduce us, give us the visualization first, then describe what the process is. I was kind of surprised. I mean, the drawings are fine. I'm kind of surprised that you don't make some reference to the Olympic competitions, for instance. Maybe give us a little video clip of some of the competitions, the Australian crawl or the backstroke or the butterfly, for instance. I think a lot of people have a vague familiarity with them. And then, for example, your technical things would probably fit in a little bit better because we'd have been led up to them rather than starting with them. I think that that would help a bit. You do have a tendency to read. The best part of the speech was when you talked about how difficult something was for you to learn. You were talking about the breathing technique, for instance, and trying to breathe from your left when you were right-handed and how it feels unnatural. That's the part where I really felt like you were talking to the audience rather than just reading off a checklist of technical things about each of the strokes. And you needed to do more of that kind of thing in the speech. All right, thank you.